be aware that we should talk to all the cameras. Good morning, everybody. Is everyone on? Everyone live? So over here, just we know, good morning. We've got Josh Wood live on Instagram here, Trinny live on Facebook, and here, Trinny live on Instagram. Good morning, everybody. Really sorry that we're late. We have been preparing, we've got 10 women, so if any of you actually submitted your picture, 10 lucky women today are going to get phenomenal advice from who I consider the best hair colourist in London, hair colourist.
I don't style.
Josh Wood. And here is Shasha, our chief makeup artist. And we're going to, this is what's going to happen today. We've got our lovely model,
Safi.
Hello, Safi, and we're going to talk about Safi's colour with Josh. And we've got 10 ladies here. And there are two different ways we're going to look at hair, Josh, aren't there? Because there's something Josh is bringing out. You know, I love new products, but this is the most exciting thing for me because it's going to be able to transform people's hair at home. So you're going to tell us about it as we get in the story. And also, I love if you are thinking, my God, I can't afford to keep going to hairdresser, what you can do at home with your colour. And Josh has got some really good, you've got some tricks,
yes,
some products too. And Shasha, you're going to take us through skin, hair and eye, and we're going to look at the ladies as a whole. So we're going to get started. Yep. All right, so tell us, Josh.
Shall we just talk about Safi?
Let's talk about Safi. Safi, come over here, darling.
I think what I wanted to show, so the product that we've used on Safi is a gloss. There's so many kind of buzzwords around gloss and glazes going around. I think it's actually really confusing for people.
Should we do Safi's before? Do we have a before?
Yeah, we do. Right
okay.
there.
So let's just look at Safi before, because, okay, in fact, let's talk about Safi now. Pretend you didn't see that lovely hair. All right.
She's a beauty.
She's such a
beauty behind the photograph.
But like.
So Safi has her hair highlighted with foil and a little bit of freehand called balayage. That's where you put a bit of bleach into the hair. But what happens, because Safi's base colour is actually quite dark, it yellows very, very, very quickly. And she's really unusual that her hair's incredibly thick as a blonde. Most blondes kind of have to deal with quite fine hair.
Yeah.
So we gloss Safi's hair using my new Shade Shot Gloss product. Basically, it's a semi-permanent colour and a treatment mixed together. So it's actually conditioning your hair as it's colouring. It's semi-permanent, it lasts up to 6 washes. But what we can do with a gloss product is change the tone of the colour. So no brassiness, no yellow, no orange. And as we're going to get, Matt's going to blur dry Safi's hair, and when we see the finished result, you'll see a marked difference between like these yellowy areas in here, and it'll be much cleaner, softer, a bit more vanilla-y.
Fantastic. And Shasha, darling, so look at Safi's makeup. Yep. And you've got a little bit of colour on now, or is that your lip?
No, just a gloss. Yeah.
You just got a gloss, but you've got a little bit of eyeliner on. Okay, so your classic look, Safi, has been black eyeliner all the way around?
Yeah.
So anyone who ever comes to us with black eyeliner, we try and remove it and give you something that's a bit softer but still gives you the pop that you want from your eyes, but maybe will accentuate the actual colour of your eye with tones that bring that out.
Okay.
So I'll probably go heavier on the eye because I feel like that's what Safi likes. Yeah. So we'll try and give you something that is going to be your kind of look, and then you've got a beautiful colour mouth anyway, so keep everything quite natural and washed out down there. Yeah. But I'm thinking something to pop the blue.
Fantastic. So, darling, do you want to get started? How are we going to do Safi? We're going to do Shasha, do makeup, and then blow dry first? Or
whatever works for you.
Why don't we do blow dry first? Shasha's going to be with us because we're going to talk about lots of ladies, makeup, skin, nice. We're going to do that first, and then we've got a lot to capture, and we also got the shop opening in a bit, but they can just hold off because they'll be so excited to watch this. Now, let's start with the first of the 10 ladies, and I think for all the people watching, you will find yourself amongst these 10. And I just want all of the people on social just to go across so you can just get an idea very quickly of what kind of, you know, we're going to, a white hair, a brunette hair, a weird brown hair, an orangey hair that needs some help, a brunette, a blonde, a sort of white frizzy blondie, a orangey brownie, a brunette, and a kind of honey blonde. So we're going to talk about all those hair tones and what can be done.
Also, as well, with time constraints, we can only talk these 10 specific looks, learn consultation about anything to do with hair colour, and we're there 24/7, always there for you.
And the reason that Josh and I have such synergy is you look at things in personalisation like we do, and you look at colour, cool, mid, warm, and if you really want to understand the cool, mid, warm around colour, I was like an extra guest, but Shasha and Josh had this intense conversation, and that is on our hair, Trinny.com, Trinny.com hair, where Shasha and Josh talk a lot about cool, mid and warm, and if you want a thorough understanding, it's an intense, fantastic conversation of how those all come together. But we're going to start with our first candidate. So, we have got here Anne. So Anne, are you watching? Anne Robinson struggles with looking washed out. Now she has let her hair be its natural colour and those hooded eyes, okay? So Shasha, we're on Anne.
Okay.
Dude, I know you've got your Anne stuff here. So let's talk about colour first, Josh.
Well, I actually think Anne's hair is a really amazing colour. I mean, maybe it feels a little bit solid. And maybe, Anne says she thinks it looks a little bit dull at times. But what Shasha and I discovered when we looked at this picture, there is no colour there. It's a white top and a white necklace and black and white glasses and very pale hair. I wouldn't change that colour. I would use a shade shot gloss in icy blonde, works brilliantly on grey hair.
Can you show us something, by the way, just so we know what to pick up at Boots? It sounds like an ad, but it's just bloody good.
Shade shot gloss, icy blonde, works brilliantly on grey hair. I use it on mine, and what that will do for Anne is just bring that sparkle back to grey hair. But when Shasha and I were talking, we think that we need to put some colour somewhere into Anne's beauty regime.
Can I just say very quickly, because a lot of women would have something called a blue rinse when their hair's gone.
So
how is this
modern day blue rinse?
Is it modern day blue rinse? But it's not going to turn them blue.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not blue. It's a combination of different violets and pale blue tones. The one thing to watch out with this is, because I really believe when I'm making a colour product, it has to work. I can't bear products that you put on and you see no difference afterwards. So if you've got very, very, very bleached hair that's very porous, you probably wouldn't leave this on as long because there can be a slight violet tone. But on this, it will just make Anne's hair feel really glossy and sparkly again, not dull.
Fantastic.
Never dull grey.
So Shasha, the hair is now alive. I'm going to say clothing-wise that with Anne's skin, hair and eyes, and she's got a blue eye, you know, Anne can wear vibrant colours that need not be white. She could be wearing electric blue, she could be wearing this pink. She could really go for that sort of neutral / cool tones, white, grey, navy. That'd be beautiful on her. But I would say, oddly, when you are this combination, wearing a print can sometimes wear you. So I would keep the clothing block colour. And then you're going to think, what's her great?
I've chosen a couple, not all of the colours that she could wear. And probably because I work in looks, I've chosen the look.
Yeah, for the white.
Inspired by the glasses and the silver hair only. So still quite straightforward, monochrome-ish, but bringing in a bit of the red. So I think Anne mentioned that she has a bit of a hooded eye.
Yeah.
So just the regular colours like Wisdom, Faith, to just push that hooded eye back.
Yeah.
Socket-wise. A little bit of Electra, colours like Electra, Catherine would suit her.
So Electra is a flush
It's a flush blush.
So it's a lovely creamy consistency and lasts all day long, and then it just slightly sets on your face.
And then also bringing in
the blush is key, isn't it, with the skin?
When you haven't got, if we're talking bring colour to your face, because if you're doing your eyes, say you're not a mouth person, but you just leave everything else there, you have a sort of drained vibe. So a little bit of blush, but nothing too garish because of the silver and the colour in the hair. And then another blush would be Lip to Cheek Phoebe, because that is a cool sort of raspberry. I call it dusty watermelon red, and that would sit really nicely with that hair too. And she could also use a bit of that on her lips. Or if she was going to go for it, I think if you stick it in the middle of the photo, you can see.
Yeah, you can see.
That would just look so cool.
Yeah, amazing.
Fantastic.
A demon mouth.
Yeah. It's never too late to start doing a bright lip, for sure. Okay. Time to change, ladies. All right, next up, we're going to do, this is one of my favourites, because I see so many women who, Shasha, you and I have made over the years on our journeys around the world, and Josh, so many ladies have come into the salon like this. So, Bianca, I have loads of grey coming through, and it's due to dyeing sessions, but I'm really interested to know if I'm using natural darkest brown as the right colour for me, and sometimes it goes too dark and it's black and I look washed out. That natural darkest brown with L'Oreal, by the way, not sure what it would be with Josh Wood, so I've never used them before. So my thought when I saw her, Josh, is it was just killing her features because it was so dense and intense. And then when you've got something and you've kept the same darkness of tone, when your grey shows through, you feel even older. You know, it has that tired feeling.
I mean, I think Bianca really taps into my passion for democratising hair colour. I mean, like Trinny said, not everybody can go to a salon, not everybody can get to me with 30 years of experience of colouring hair. But what I've realised over the years is getting the right hair colour is so important for one's well-being. Having a hair colour that fits you well, that suits you, can transform.
I know it so well, because if you feel your hair's good, you don't have to think about. Last week I had too much big dark block growing out, and I went to my hairdresser on yesterday morning at 8 a.m. and said, you have to fix me because it ruined my week. I mean, it's pathetic. It's not even vanity, it's just the more tools we can have in our hair and in makeup, the better.
So on Bianca, I mean, I don't know whether, maybe I'm just going to come really close.
Yeah, let's go.
Bianca's been very kind to send us a picture where we can see how grey she is here on the hairline. What's happening there is, by the nature of the fact that grey hair is transparent, people feel they're going bald or the hair's very thin on the temples. And the intensity of brown makes the hair look and feel plumper. But what happens is, 5-8 days after colouring, you're back to the problem where you've got a transparent root, which does not make people feel good. So for Bianca, okay Bianca, your hair's too dark, I think you know that, it's probably over-coloured. There's not going to be an easy transition for this, because I think your hair's quite fine, so I wouldn't bleach it, and I certainly wouldn't advocate bleaching at home. That would have to be a salon, you'd need a professional to do that for you. I think you need to start to use a lighter brown on the roots, and try to let the ends be weathered, bit of sun, bit of swimming, you know, let the ends start to come up lighter, wash up a little bit lighter. And if we got the right balance of brown and not this inky black, so very, not dissimilar to Trinny's, a very soft, neutral kind of brown, the ends would start to look highlighted or balayaged. It's about really reassessing the balance of colour. It looks very dense and hard against the skin tone and kind of transparent in the ends. So, at the minute with L'Oreal, what's Bianca saying she is? Let me just look.
She is she's the darkest brown with L'Oreal.
Yeah, I mean, I think with us you would, I don't have one here, but you'd go for a level 5.5.
So share the product, Ross, but 5.5.
5.5.
Boots, by the way.
Or joshmccolour.com.
.com.
6 is palest brown, so that would will work towards a 6, but you've got to do it in stages. Because if you were to put a really light brown in here now, it would start to have that look of like a tabby cat.
So is this a question also of slowly letting it grow up? It's going to be a bit lighter and then darker, and you're going to get there. It's a process, you've got to be patient.
Or if one's very brave, you chop. Because if you chop a little bit off the ends, it's less time to grow out the colour. But Bianca is a brunette, she's just not this very dark, dense brunette.
I'm going to say also, because I think the hair's a weird length, I'm going to say chop, and
I think a chop.
Yeah, and I'm also going to say, Bianca, I would go towards block colours, oddly. There's something about you're wearing print here that I think...
Those eyes are beautiful as well.
And you just want some strength of colour. So cobalt blue is your colour, white, navy again, greys are good, a kind of emerald green I think you could also wear too. So Shasha, what about makeup? What are we going to do with her?
I have chosen a sort of palette that is, I'm really swung because when I see that kind of hair, there's things that I want to do with that.
Tell me about it.
I'm keeping in my mind where it's going to be. So with those blue eyes, but there's a goldenness in that skin tone. It's not a cool sort of. I feel like she's a light tan, Amelia. You'll be wearing light medium BFF.
Yeah.
And when you have that slight warmth in your skin, anything too cool will sit wrong, but anything too warm, because you're not warm, will also sit wrong. So I've chosen Desire, which is one of the newest eye to eyes that we have, which is, I call it it's like a crimson top note in a sort of espresso base. On me it's going to look, but it sits quite neutral in its brownness, but that kind of, the crimson aubergine I love with blue eyes like that.
Yeah.
It'll really make them pop whilst not sitting too cool on the skin. Then, cheek-wise, if it was a neutral cheek, I've chosen Lady J. And that would be, I think you can see that would work mouth as well. Is it alright if I stick them in front of the...
So stick them in front, because then you're going to really show it, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
and then equally, Freddie, if you were going into...
I'm tempted we should put them on the picture.
Autumn, winter.
You know?
But the reason I've chose these two together, it's Freddie Lip to Cheek and it's Maddie Lip Glow, is when you have a strength to your face, a nude lip can be tricky, but a lot of people don't always want an overpowering lip. But Freddie and Maddie together make a really good nude lip with enough intensity that you don't look washed out. And I think on her, that would be really stunning.
I think it's fascinating though what you're saying, because Bianca is a brunette, and she's just the wrong brunette. It's just the wrong brunette.
It's just a little tweak.
And you know, when I say, you say you want to get, I'm desperate to get my hands on it. I think helping somebody like Bianca get the right colour will just, all those things that she feels about herself that aren't right, I know, with the right kind of tone, the right makeup, and certainly the right hair colour, it'll change all those feelings.
Fantastic. Okay, we're going to do 2 quick fires because I'm aware of time. I unfortunately ran late today, it's all my fault, but I had a problem with my tummy and I had to deal with it. Next up, too much information, but that's just me. So I just did, and I thought I have to have movement before I come on. You know, to be on film and need to go to the loo, there's nothing worse than life. So, Juliet, my darling, there you are. Headshot question for Josh Woodall. I have dark, thick, coarse hair. I want some balayage highlights, similar to Trinny, but wondered how light I can go on past. What do you recommend? I'm just going to say something here, which is that something that we can all do, sorry, that's the air conditioning, something we can all do is we can take a picture into the hairdresser and say, can you give me her hair colour? But sometimes not looking at the fact that maybe your skin tone and your eye colour might be different. So if we look, Juliet, at you and me, and Shasha and I were doing a skin, hair and eye, I think you've got brown eyes?
Who?
Yes.
Me?
No, Juliet
brown
has
eyes,
brown eyes, and her skin is more olive.
Yes.
Her skin is more olive.
Possibly lightest caramel at a push. She's a Santa.
Yeah. And her natural hair colour is
dark.
a darker thing. So
the thing is though, I get what Juliet's saying, so I get this all the time.
Okay.
You have a colour that's got tone in it, it's light, it's not one colour, it's not flat, it's not too dark, you're not a blonde. That's what Juliet's trying to achieve. I think if we took your hair off and put it on Juliet, it wouldn't work. Wouldn't work. It's too neutral. But just to be very quick on this is a salon job, can't do this at home, impossible. You wouldn't be able to put the pieces of colour where you need to. I would face...
She wants to come do balayage.
Yes. Yeah. I would face frame the front, I wouldn't do too much. I wouldn't make her look like a blonde. What would probably happen here...
Do you do low lights more than highlights?
No, I do highlights, I do balayage all around the hairline, face framing, but I wouldn't make it look like a big highlighted job because she's naturally dark, so it would look ridiculous. It just looked too try-hard. What will happen though with Juliet's hair, when you lift very, very dark hair, the dreaded orange.
I have come out, even from Josh's once, when he didn't know me, I came out as a carrot. And he said, don't worry, it's a process, darling, next stage.
So, the product that would be brilliant to maintain this balayage look when it's created in the salon, but the thing to make it not turn orange would be to use a shade shot gloss.
Okay,
and again, interesting, I'd use Icy Blonde.
Would you? Because you're going to want it, because you know she'll lift
working
easily
really
to red.
with the lightest pieces of hair.
Yeah.
The brown, if she wanted to be a lovely chocolate brown, great, I could create that. But wanting lightness, knowing that the dark base is going to go yellow or orange, you need to neutralise that yellow or orange with a violet or blue. That simple.
All right, and Shasha, what are we going to do? What's her quickest stack? This is a woman who just wants...
I got a palette ready.
Oh, let's do a palette. Okay, well, no, keep it like that, darling, and we can do that. Look, come up closer, cameras. Lovely. So, that's so nice, Shasha, yes.
So don't shout at me, Sasha is in there.
That's fine,
but
we'd love
she's a warm skin, and she's going to have...
her skin is...
it's like, I feel like she's a Santa, so it's like a lightest caramel or darkest olive, like around that ballpark. But anything to... reds with blues in, or eyeshadows with... where is...
So you're keeping it golden and
warm, rich, because anything that leans towards grey, silver tones, lilacs or anything like that, on her face she's just going to look drained.
So the mixture of eyes here. So Queen is a wonderful, I don't know if you want to swatch quickly, Shasha, we've got Victory. This is all from, a lot of them from the Warrior Queen collection. And we've got Empress.
Can you see it on my skin there?
A little bit. But lovely tones on her skin there. Very pretty. Okay, and then you've kept it.
We've got Lila,
apricot-y.
we've got Shasha, we've got Sasha, we've got Katinka, we've got Freddie. Again, terracotta bases, corals, peaches, things shot through with gold.
So Shasha can be on the
literally
lip on
my
cheek.
kind of palette.
It's a lip love. It's called. Lila is a lip glow. It looks dense, but it comes out the lightest wash of apricot. And Shasha looks scary, but it's the most glorious cheek colour, which you wash out to the sort of apricot-y-ness. So those were great. Perfect.
Next one, Trinny.
Next one, yes. Otherwise, we're going to be. Oh my God! One of my favourites, Shasha. There's her makeup. There we go. And this, we know, darling, that you didn't mean to. You were just. It's that moment when you don't take a selfie often. But Grace, goodness for Grace. All right. Natural colour underneath is actually darker than I thought too. More brown now than red. In younger years, I was very Titian red, I think. So at the moment, you're a great Trinny London advocate. You do BFF Light Medium, Trintron, Lip to Cheek in Freddie, Blush Brush and Wigs. And is that Lila?
Hi Lila.
Is that Lila?
Obviously.
Oh, okay, hold on one second. We've got a technical hitch. Let me just
post the video.
What did you do?
And post it to Instagram.
Okay, so was that Lila? Okay.
Yeah.
So you start on this one. I'm going to. Lila, I have to call you back. We're in the middle of a live filming. I have to call you back. All right,
So Grace, shall I talk about the hair colour?
1 second. You published. You haven't published it. Did you publish it?
I posted it.
Did you post it?
Grace.
You sure?
Yes.
So Grace, this is Grace, first of all, thank you for sending this photograph, because this will help so many people that are really struggling to, transition their hair colour from one thing to another. Titian red when you were younger, and I think, unfortunately, where we're heading here is we need to rethink this colour. It's too yellow, it's actually got too much orange pigments and overtone in it. And what I would do here, to allow your skin and eye colour to really be enhanced, I'd make your hair a bit more neutral. So what I would do here, I'd probably use something like a level 7 in Joshua colour, deep mid blonde. I would also add into that a champagne blonde shade shot that will help to keep your hair warm, but on the neutral side. We've got to get rid of, it's got to look a bit more even.
Can she do this at home?
Yeah.
This is a miracle that she can do this at home, because this is the kind of thing you think you go to the hairdresser to have to do, so I love that.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to kind of get a bit deeper into consultation about how you apply it, but we can do that online. But it would be roots first and then comb it through to the ends for the last 10 minutes. But yeah, it's about neutralising some of these colours.
All right, and are the colours she's wearing good? She's got Trintron, Lip Cheek and Freddie, Flush Blush in Wigs, Eye to Eye and Justice. Would you add anything into the stack?
At the moment, with this redness, the Freddie lip to cheek is great.
Yeah.
But if she was going a bit cooler, I would.
It'll still be warm, but it'll be a neutral warm.
Okay,
so
so
we'll
you
get
might-
rid of that orangey.
All right, so
Right,
therefore
so
what you're
when-
saying is you might change some of the
When
makeup.
she's leaning away from the oranginess,
Yeah.
because Freddie is quite a terracotta base in orange, it might be that she could move. So let's just, I've got two here. That is great there. But
Yeah.
if she had a more neutral hair with the green eyes, and because the skin is quite fair, she could possibly move towards a Phoebe.
Okay,
once
great.
her hair's more neutral.
Perfect.
So it's just about tweaking it in the right direction once you've taken out any unnecessary red.
Lovely. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, next one
Can
up.
I get Alex to start?
Oh yes, Alex. Is Alex started?
No, but I can tell you.
Yeah, tell him to start. Yeah, I thought he had started. Yeah, okay. So next up, we have got, name unknown, but you're at Petals. Busy mum of 2, under 8-year-olds, 47, works full time, so Trinny Makeup Solutions actually talked to me. So I think what's really interesting here is we have many, many women who say, I've got freckles, what products do I use? And I think when you've got freckles, you've got to find in between your original skin tone and the colour of your freckle. A lot of people, when you go into a makeup counter, will slightly misdiagnose you. They'll either give you a much paler, because they'll see the rest of your body, give you a paler foundation and you feel chalky and washed out, or they'll just look at your freckle and they'll give you a sort of more orangey look. So with this, we're actually choosing for you medium, because you've got a greater amount of freckles than you have the skin underneath. So we're heading towards that. But the best thing about BFF is that it will go to the colour of your skin. So I take light medium, but this is medium, but when I rub it in, you'll just see it picks up pigment because there's microspheres inside, and it will even out slightly the freckle, but not hide it, because freckles are fabulous, and we really celebrate women and their freckles, but sometimes you just want them not to be the first thing people see on your face. You want people to notice them. Like Lucia behind the camera has gorgeous freckles. Just show Lucia's, because she's got the most divine freckles and not dissimilar. So when you get older, freckles and pigmentation can become your friend, less friendly, the pigmentation. So that's when you might want to use the BFF a bit more. And then makeup, darling, she's thinking of a nice quick, she wants a quick stack.
Quick stack. Oh, let's do
a quick stack.
2. Okay, again, it is in the golden era of makeup, so the colours will be warm, rich, to just sit nice in that skin tone with those eyes. A really quick stack for me, this is a classic, we know this is a classic, would be Fortune Eye to Eye, a Char Char Lip to Cheek, and just a bit of Lila gloss. That would literally be her fresh face.
That's gorgeous.
And then if you wanted to bring something extra in for evening or just for special days, a little bit of Empress with those. So it's like...
And I think the colour is a really, really simple one. I like it dark. I think it looks pretty good.
Would she like a shot? Would you give her a shot?
I would give her.
I'm going to leave you to talk about the shot and start the next one, because I've got to quickly go and answer the door.
I would keep it dark, keep it rich. It's about condition here. I think we've got to focus on making the hair look really glossy. So Shade Shot Gloss in Chestnut Brunette, and also Everything Mask once a week to really, really nourish that head. It looks quite thick, looks like it's got texture, very good colour, need to focus on condition.
Fantastic. Alrighty, and our next lady, we've done those. Oh, we've got 3 more to go, 4 more to go. We'll get there. Alright, so.
Plus
what? Okay, so lovely Elsa. Excuse the weird pose, the screenshot from a BFF admin video we were asked to make. It really gives good gusto light. Despite being a designer and working with colour on a daily basis, I really struggled to pin down the cool, neutral, warm concept and which one I am, Shasha. I must have asked Shasha this question around a dozen times on her live, so I'm really hoping you can help me on Sunday with Josh Wood. It'd be really useful for me, but even more for giving advice to others as an admin. For your information, my natural blonde now is 70% grey, and Santa is the best just a touch match. So, really, am I doing the right thing, and what else can I be doing? So, there we are.
Using my natural blonde. I mean, this is Elsa. I hope you're watching. I don't think you are 70. I mean, I can see that you've coloured your roots here, but 70% grey is me. You feel white. Yeah. I think you're probably a bit less than that. Very simple explanation here. Gloss once a week. Again, icy blonde. It's exactly the kind of look that I'm trying to create and show you live on Safi, but just to keep any unwanted brassiness, keep it looking shiny, keep it looking salon fresh. Very simple.
Great. All right, and Shasha, her stack.
Her stack, again, to me, there's quite a lot of tan going on in this. So again, with that level of caramel or golden or tanness in your look, anything to, we got, I just wanted to.
If any of you ask some questions by the way, yes, we will try and answer them at the end. So Lucia and Paris and darling Joshua, Emily, if you can try and remember some of the questions that you think people keep asking, they really like their questions answered. We will come to you with a quick Q&A at the end. We're just getting our colours together. Yes.
No, that's the story of my life.
I know. So I hold on.
Yes, you hold them.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so anything to blue, silver, grey. Oh, Trinny's doing it.
She's throwing stacks. Give me one, let me throw one.
There we go. Yes.
Anything to blue, silver, grey, cool in this isn't going to work for me. But I think we need to keep it not to the orange side of warmth. So it would be something like Faith, which is a neutral sort of twiggy brown. Faith mixed with Fortune would be fine, and then I sort of wouldn't go as orange as our Queen Eye to Eye. So it would be those ones which you see that have warmth, but still a coolness to their warmth, even though that sounds contradictory, without going to too gold brassy bronze.
And just to build on that, because it might sound odd that Shasha
says,
let's important point. Shasha says, you know, she's not using greys or silvers or violets, and I'm saying use a violet. Why I'm saying use a violet is to neutralise any of the brassy orange. We still want a wheaty, soft vanilla blonde on the ends. What we don't want to do is have orange in those ends that will fight against the skin tone.
And so that's the same as me saying I wouldn't take the warmth to orange.
Exactly.
Because you just got rid of that orange.
Yes.
And I don't want to be adding in orange because we agree that orange doesn't work for her.
Absolutely.
Right.
Do you get that, ladies? When they get talking by themselves, we could be watching, learning so much about that detail, that finite detail that Shasha and Joshua are obsessed
Shasha,
with.
pass the next lady,
next lady, Shasha. Okay, so we've got here Margaret, and Margaret would love to take part this Sunday. Any advice for a frazzled nurse working too many night duties, hair is dry and over-coloured and processed, and I'd love to get some shine back into it, and advice on makeup. So, there's Margaret. Now, you can tell in that picture that the hair doesn't have enough attention and nurturing, so we see what your point is. Margaret, what would you advise, darling?
So, Margaret, I think you're aware it looks a little over-coloured, it looks dehydrated. I would start here a little bit of a rehab for you. Okay. I'd focus less on the colour and I'd focus more on the condition. So for you, I'd be using my shampoo and conditioner specially formulated for blondes with fine hair and literally living in everything Mars.
I mean, can I just say, Josh, I used Kerastat Elixir, which is like a £28 product, and I picked up this and I tried it just because you're my friend. I thought, well, I'll try it. But this is so amazing, and when you think of names, it's a very appropriate name. I use this, I have to tell you, instead of conditioner.
Yeah,
I just throw that on, and there's a brunette one, isn't there?
No, this is just the one. Everything Mars.
Yeah, so I do the brunette shampoo, and I do that. Yeah, but it's.
I mean, for Margaret, we need to really help build some body back into the hair. Stop these flyaways. It looks like it's broken a little bit. I mean, I don't know, like. You could even put this in and slip your hair back and tie it back. Yeah. I think if you maybe wear a nurse, if you're wearing something at work, it could even work to make your hair look gelled back. But please, please, please focus on condition before we start to think about colour, because without good condition, you cannot create a great colour.
So let's say also, Shasha, Margaret is going to take Josh's advice. It's the scariest thing for a woman who's sort of over 35 to slick back her hair sometimes. But if you gave her a really fresh makeup, she might think, actually, I'll do
Totally.
that. So what would you maybe do just to kind of have, she's running around nurse all day, wants something quick, wants it to last all day, and that's the thing, we're often asked, how long does something last? Our things have so much dense pigment in them, they really stay and they last, but it doesn't look heavy on your skin. So, darling, what's your stack for busy nurse?
My stack for busy nurse would be a neutral kind of...
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. A neutral kind of eye. So I would probably do Wisdom, because she could wear Justice, but I feel if your hair's back, you do want a little bit more definition. Make your features pop. So do a Wisdom. I'm quite pleased because she's the coolest one we've had so far, so I can do different colours. And then if she was going to zhuzh it up for a night time, I'd do the Magician Eye to Eye for her, or Lovers. So if you see those three together, they're cool, but they all work together. Then I'd give her a little bit of pep in her cheek, probably. For a low-key day, if you're really in hospital running around, I think not too much colour, so I'd probably do Electra and a Maddie. And then that look there, see the colours work together, they're easy to keep on top of. I mean, if you smudge that lip, it's not going to matter, but you're still going to look fresh. And then I'd probably add in a little bit of Phoebe, that cool watermelon red that I talked about, just for your evening or whatever. So it's that palette. Sorry, Josh, you're
great. Thank you very much. Okay, and we've got 2 more women after this. So, and then we've got our final. So this is, take that one off, darling. This is here Ching, and Ching is really wanting a live consultation on Sunday. If any of you are watching, by the way, any of our models watching and going, that's me. Fantastic. So I just want to say hello to all of you who are in the Netherlands. Great, because Josh Wood, you do ship worldwide.
We ship in Europe.
You ship in Europe, well, that's here, the most important thing. The Australians are going to be complaining soon.
It's coming.
We've had it already.
Yeah, because it's fantastic, his things. At the moment, just get a friend to order it for you is what I would suggest, because there's nothing else like it. Wanting to have a consultation in store or at the office, but I just don't have the time. So I think pigmentation on the upper lip and cheek, this is mainly, I'm going to say a very quick one for you, Josh, and then we'll go on to makeup. So are you going to say she should be a little bit of a... the things she can't order from you, but if she can get a friend to send it to her.
I mean, the most important thing is getting the right colour for Ching. So, of course, I'd love Ching to be using my products, but it's more important that she gets the right colour. It's about neutralising this kind of orangey green brassy tone and getting a really, really gorgeous soft brunette.
Yeah.
I mean, if Ching was going to use my product, we would be using Smoky Brunette. Again, this is charcoaly violets, specifically designed for brunettes that tend to, when they oxidise in this kind of orangey, kind of khaki kind of colour. So it would be using this once a week and it would neutralise any of those unwanted tones.
Can I just say that this didn't exist before because Josh has a patent on the concept, and I find it very exciting when something innovative comes into hair care that you don't just get at a salon. I just have to say it because I think it's super cool that we have people in England who are that innovative and not just doing something commercial and sweet for the market. I just think that's brilliant. Okay, darling, what are we going to do for Ching? Oh my goodness, Shasha. Very good. Okay, so there we are.
Okay, again, I've mentioned before, too purple, too cool, too anything in this kind of skin tone with that kind of eye, once the hair is sorted, is still not going to sit right. But then Ching can do the neutral to warmish, so we've brought in Emperor this time. Hold that. We've got Emperor, Wisdom, Faith, Fortune at a push, but I think I prefer Desire, eye to eyes. And then cheeks, it's the richness of Chloe. I think would really suit Ching. And then we've got Freddie and Shasha. Again, those can be used on the mouth as well. And then I've kept the mouth quite neutral. We've got a little bit of Tashi and a little bit of Thea.
So Tashi is a lip luxe and delicious sort of luxurious feel on lips, and Thea lip brown and a lip glow, and it just is a wash. It just kind of in a way enhances your natural lip shade, especially when you're a more olivey skin tone. Brilliant. Okay. All right, and then we're going to do second to last, and Shasha, we might put them on here next time like this, and I'll move out the way so you have nice ones there. Okay, so this is lovely.
I love this one.
Elizabeth, we want you to come in actually and be one of our Trinny tribe because I think we don't have your combination. Naked and no makeup on a 42-year-old from Iceland. So, hello Elizabeth, and I think you've got the most, I do love this look. It's very, I call it Celtic. It's just that clear blue eye. You're kind of got a, I'd say, is it peach cream light or pale pink tones?
No, she's either a peach and cream light or she's actually porcelain.
Or she's a porcelain, yeah, because you've got very pale skin and dark hair. So let's talk hair first, Josh.
Perfect hair, what can I say? I would gloss, again, I think everybody can have a gloss.
Everybody, yeah.
Shiny hair, what really works for me. I would do Smoky Brunette.
Okay, great. All right, cool. So just a gloss, lovely hair, but I think for you, darling, and you are, you very, only 25% of the population can wear black. You're wearing black. You can wear black because you've got that clarity in your blue eye. You've got that cooler, neutral skin and that cooler hair. So you can do black, white, not cream. Cream will wash you out. Navy blue. You can do a cobalt blue. You can do an emerald green. You can do a beautiful colour on you is purple. Beautiful colour on you. Burgundy, lovely on you too. So Shasha, makeup wise, let's see what we're going to do. Yeah, and then you've gone like that.
Yes,
oh my God, yes.
Dahlia.
Yeah.
So it's again cool. We've got a bit of Wisdom. We've got Chalice, Desire,
so the
Magician,
eye to eye,
and Lovers. Eye to eyes. Again, as Trinny mentioned, is cool, purple, etc. So we're staying away from the golds and the warm browns.
Okay, so Magician, you can see that shade there, and then here you've got Lovers, kind of cool aubergine. And then that kind of neutral there is Wisdom. This is
Lady J.
Which
would be the warmest I'd go.
Okay, great. And Katrin. It's a beautiful blusher shade, a very cool blusher shade. This is an exquisite lip on Dahlia, and Demon is a cool lip there. Lip Lux, and this is a lip Love, and that's a lip Glow. And Pookie is just fantastic. We love Pookie as a
But I love when someone has such a strong look like that.
They should go for it.
It's such a palette it makes.
Fantastic. Great, thank you, darling. All right, and
Here
we are now. Wait, oh my God, you're so organised. You just went round the houses. So Kim, I'm 50 and with health issues. I'm now close to white, and it's becoming tedious to maintain my hair colour. Any advice would be appreciated. So close to white, but that hair colour is not bad.
It's not bad.
No. But the thing is, it's like, I don't know, Kim, if you're saying here, can I let my natural show through when she's saying
I wouldn't.
no? Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry
Let's
to hear that
discuss-
Kim's got health issues, but I think what we can do with the hair, it's a really interesting one, because if Kim wanted to keep these lighter tones in the ends of her hair that look balayaged or kind of sun-kissed, I would tell her to use a lighter gloss in Champagne Blonde. But if she wanted to darken the hair down, or even maybe in autumn, I don't want it so light, it maybe looks a little transparent on the ends, I want it to look richer, I would use a chestnut brunette. But in Shade Shop Gloss, there are 4 colours. There are 2 for blondes and 2 for brunettes, and 2 cools and 2 warms. It's very, very simply laid out. I've got other ones coming, but to start with, I really wanted to explain how one would think about cool and warm. And actually, Kim's the perfect example to show. If you want to be light and warm, Champagne Blonde. If you want to be dark and warm, Chestnut Brunette.
Okay, great. And makeup, darling, for Kim.
Makeup.
Kim's got. She's just.
Kim's like, to me, Kim's is almost the equivalent yet the opposite of the last lady.
Exactly,
Yeah.
totally. You've gone totally warm palette. So all these eye shades, the Queen, the Empress Eye to Eye, is that Faith or Desire? I can't
Desire.
see. Desire. And then we've got Fortune, and we've got Faith, or hang on, I can't see.
Empress.
No. Empress.
Oh,
And
I've got 2 Empresses.
You've got 2
probably,
Empresses, that's
yeah.
fine. And then Desire, again the same. So it is just that
Yeah, I've had
the
2.
warm brown's lovely. Darling, here,
A bit of Sasha, which
that's
will
a
work on her
lip
lip
love.
and her cheek.
Yeah,
A Wigs Flush Blush and a Freddie Lip to Cheek
as a neutral.
as a neutral. And then I'd probably actually add in Maddie, because the Freddie and the Maddie will make a great nude
pretty.
lip for her. Tashi and her bright
Lip
would
is
be
a Swaney.
Swaney.
Fantastic. Great. Thank you, darling. Now we're back with
Safi.
Safi. My God, this is like she's... And did you do her makeup? No. Who did her makeup? Okay.
I sorted it out.
Oh, I see. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Is that all right?
Okay. So you got in there for that.
Let's just
Yes.
get the before,
Let's
Trinny.
get
It's
the
under
before.
your box on the chair.
It's under the box on the chair. So, Safi, let's just look at that.
So it's not a million miles away. We've just lost, you see here where there's that ambery kind of orangey, we've lost all of those tones and cooled it down. So she's got this kind of really soft, natural looking sun-kissed
It's
blonde.
really taken all the yellow out.
Gone.
It's amazing.
Like magic.
Like magic,
Gone.
Josh. Can I just see? Sorry, I just want to see under here what. Yeah, it's like a different hair colour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So, Shasha, makeup. What have you done?
Makeup, as we talked about, we've removed the harsh black.
Got your snatch.
But tried
So we'll go through.
tried to bring the eyes out, but to make us see the blue, because they are the most beautiful blue eyes. And sometimes I do find I love the black liner for that kind of look, but it is distracting from someone's actual eye colour, I always find. So we've tried to give a smoky eye in a gentle way that just has some colour that pops out the blue. So we've got Queen and Desire, so that it didn't go too warm, because Desire sits sort of in the middle, doesn't it? It's not too coppery.
And it's
but
taken
then
away
we've
from that black eyeliner.
Yeah,
it's just
but it's given the
alternative,
strength
yeah.
that the black was giving her, and then we've just popped Queen on the top. But I
It's
love
weird
Queen
'cause
with the blue
I
eye.
felt the black eyeliner, I think this is something that happens with blondes. 2 yellow hair, black eyeliner.
Yeah. Classic.
It looks hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just softening that down and taking away some of the yellow tones and softening the eye, it just looks so much prettier.
But I feel you see features
Yeah, you see
more than
features.
The colour.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then
then
we have a little bit of Sasha mixed with Maddie Lip Glow, Sasha Lip Love on the mouth, just to give a soft sheen sparkle to go with the eye, but not
it's a very,
glittery lip.
That's very pretty, that combination. Of any of you who've got
And then a Wigs on the
Maddie
cheeks.
and Sasha, I love that
Yeah.
on the skin tone. It's beautiful.
A little bit of Wigs Flush Blush on the cheeks.
Thanks.
So then when you put those together, you can see that all those colours sit well together.
It's
Yeah.
just,
Well,
can I
thank you
just
so
say,
much
No,
for getting up so
triumphant.
early
thank
on
you
a,
so much.
on a
Yes,
Sunday.
thank you very much. Triumphant. So let's just do quick fire, if you can remember, social media team there, any questions, because I think we've just been throwing so much information at you. So please come in with some questions.
Recommendations, Josh. What to do with thinning hair?
Big topic, that could take a whole Sunday morning
I mean,
to
I
answer
just,
that
yeah,
one.
I mean, I just want to, I've done so much research myself
Yes.
with Shabir, a nutritionalist, about thinning hair, and I've also spoken to quite a few about treatments you can do from PRP to CO2 oxygen with Theresa Tame, And I think that you can look at it at trinnylund.com also about taking superior hair products, biotin. There are many supplements that are good for hair. So have a look and look at hair, and you'll see 3 really interesting films on it on Trinny.
And quickly, from a colour perspective, the finer you are, it's better to go lighter.
Okay.
You don't want a dark hair with the contrast against a pink scalp.
Great.
That's a quick tip, but there's a lot more information as well on joshwoodcolour.com on how to get the right colour for the quality and thickness of your hair.
Great. All right. Next one.
Question from Angela. She says, is there a clear gloss for naturally grey hair?
So grey, I would either use Everything Mask. This has glossing properties, or the Icy Blonde to neutralise any yellow or give it a real sparkle. But that's a clear gloss in theory.
Great. Okay.
I've got one from Atelier Louise. Would you recommend, Josh, mixing your colours? I use a dark blonde 6.5 with your red power shot, but found it quite dark, but then not sure I would be a 7.0.
I mean, the whole system is meant to be intermixed. That's what we do in salon, and I've tried to make a expert salon inspired range for people. I think most people always go a shade too dark. Always go for one shade slightly lighter. But yeah, the chestnut brunette shade shot plus that you add into your permanent colour, that works with every shade from 4 to 6.
Great. Thank you. Any others, girls?
What's the quickest way to work out if you are cool or warm toned?
I think that people can sit in different places, and I think it applies for makeup and for hair, and the way Shasha is always talking about makeup. You know, some of our makeup's a very cool tone, some very warm tone, some sits in neutral. And I think on women's faces and skin, hair and eye combinations, it's in a way what leads. So, you know, it could be that you have a warm eye and a warm hair. That's going to lead the conversation. Some people have, you know, like Shasha, yourself, and me. Is that Lila again? Oh my God. Okay. Lila, I'm still filming live. I will call you back. Sorry, my daughter keeps calling me from Africa, so where she's very insistent. Finish off what I was saying, because I've lost my train of thought. Shasha.
No, because I always use Auntie Dickie as my aunt. My
Yes.
aunt is the exact same colours as me, but she has silver white hair. So her hair nudges her cooler because I'm not cool at all. So she can wear aubergines, she can go into the burgundies, and anything with like a little bit of that cool sort of purples behind it, whereas I can't. So it's if your hair is a swinger, or for someone who is blonde but can take a red and goes red, that red is going to swing them much warmer than they would have been when they're blonde. So something would always nudge it.
Sorry, Shay, in hair colour, it's like weighing scales, cool and warm. Like if you've got 2 parts warm, you're going in that direction.
Yeah.
It's not about, it's like weighing scales. You've got to figure out which are the strongest colour elements and work with those rather than working against them. But the thing to say in hair colour that's slightly different to what Shasha does, sometimes we're neutralising a colour that, you know, somebody's hair is brown and it's gone orange, but they should be more cool. We're neutralising that to put
get
them
back to normal.
exactly.
Yeah. And neutral. I mean, if we look at, you know, we have probably equal proportion of colours for all areas, but I would say that there are some women where nothing dominates. So I'm neither warm nor cool. I sit in the middle. So I can probably suit the largest selection. In the eyes we have 20, I could probably suit 16. I maybe just wouldn't go to the very, very cool ones. And if you're very warm, you just want to sit more in that family, and if you're very cool, the same. So, you know, it's something we just keep educating on. We wish there was an amazing secret formula. If you do Match to Me on trinnylondon.com, you can find out the makeup that suits you. And if you go onto Josh's site and do the personalisation, you can find out what hair is best for you. So the two together do work, and the most important thing is we can bring you a solution. Any final questions?
This is from Cheryl. She's got blonde hair and bought Josh's shampoo, conditioner and everything mask a few months ago. What do you recommend that she's off on holiday soon?
Condition. Use them at Everything Mask every day while you're in the sun. Use it as a styling product. If you're very blonde, so if your hair's highlighted, or coloured blonde, icy blonde when you get back, if your hair is yellowed at all.
Great. And we might do actually in September a kind of post-holiday hair and makeup, because I think so many people come back from holiday and their hair has just gone off on its own journey, and their skin feels, you know, they had that wonderful holiday glow, they got on the plane, the hydration was sapped out of them, they get home and they think, I thought I looked great when I was in the front of the mirror on holiday, and I got back and I'm feeling actually like a bit like a a prune. So we'll do that. So let's
Yeah, love
we do that, Shasha, and we look forward to it. We love that you all gave in so many photographs. So
thank you so much.
Keep them coming, and when we do it again, and have a wonderful Sunday. And Josh will try and answer a few more questions on our Facebook. That'd be lovely. So if you did feel your question wasn't answered and you're on Facebook, try and answer them on Instagram. It's harder because when the light's gone, it's gone. But I'm sorry if we didn't get to your questions. And I hope that by using 10 very different women, we took into account some of the questions that you were asking. All right. Bye.
Bye.